Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped. Now, if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you may remember that last year I hooked up with an amazing charity called Future Terrain, and we spent a week doing incredible things with some Dacia Dusters. Well, this year we're taking it to the next level. This year we have an expedition planned for the back end of the summer that is going to be absolutely epic. And today is the first video I'm shooting in a series of videos tracking our progress, because this expedition is so epic, everybody that goes on it has to be fully first aid trained. So I'm actually going to Bovingdon Camp to meet up with the guys from Future Terrain and another charity, which I will introduce when I get there, to do a first aid course. But I thought it'd be a really cool idea to, well, I'm not going to show you too much of the first aid course, but to introduce you to some of the key players and tell you more about, well, what is going to be absolutely incredible. Now then guys, let me start to bring you up to speed with what this series of videos is going to be like. Operation Fennec Endeavour. Now, if you watched the channel last year, we went on Ibex Endeavour and we did an amazing training day at Bourton Burrows down in Devon, where we took Dacia Dusters off-road in the sand dunes, and then we went up to Wales and we took them round the slate quarries of Wales. An amazing trip. This expedition, this one's going just a little bit, turning it up to 11. We're going to be taking a group of veterans to the desert of Morocco to do something like, I think, 1,500 kilometers across the desert in Morocco over a week or so later on in the year. And as part of that, one of the requirements is we want as many first aid trained people as possible. And although all of the guys except me are ex-military and therefore will have had first aid or medical training, we all want to be as up to date as possible. And that's why we're here at the Bovingdon Army Camp to go through training. Now, we're at the end of day one of our training. We've spent all day learning about CPR, and how to use defibrillators and how to treat wounds, and I haven't filmed any of that. It's a standard first aid course after all. So we're here on the Bovingdon training facility to play with one of the vehicles that we're going to be taking with us, a Polaris, and I'm going to show you around the vehicle in a moment. There's also a group of guys headed up by Titch McCormack, who, if you've seen the last videos I did with the guys last year, he's on there, super cool guy. They're all going to be on motocross or enduro bikes. And in fact, I can hear the Polaris coming back now, because we're just basically having a few rides around, getting used to it. So this, guys, is what I'm going to be driving. Yes! I'm going to be driving one of those around the desert. Now, next guy I want to introduce you to is Charles Sincock from Future Terrain to tell us more about the group of people we're going with, because they are truly special people. Now then guys, you will recognise the gentleman next to me. Charles, good to see you, buddy.
Hello, fist bump.
How are you, mate?
I'm good.
Now, I've just started to introduce to these guys the craziness is the expedition we are going to be doing later this year. But you are the gentleman to tell us all about, so Future Terrain are heading up the expedition, but there's lots of really cool and exciting stuff happening, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. So what we decided to do is something called Fennec Endeavour. We were approached by the chairman of the Invictus Games Foundation, Colonel Ben Farrell, and Ben and I used to work together in the Irish Guards, and he kind of said, look, you do that kind of off-roady stuff with injured guys and you know something about this, and I do a lot of motorbiking, why don't we just get together in these miserable COVID times and do a bit of an exped in the desert, which I know you guys have been to, for some wounded, injured and sick guys. I'll choose some people, I've done it before, you know what you're doing, let's put something together. That was about a year ago.
Yep.
And we are a couple of months, 4 or 5 months now. End of September, a lot of training in before that, but end of September we're going off for a 5-day exped through Morocco. We've got a whole bunch of people with loads of different injuries. We've got gunshot wounds, we've got a few people with just general medical issues that happen in life, and a load of other physical disabilities, from a triple amputee through to a couple of wheelchair users and everything in between.
It's just, I mean, for me, one of the reasons I want to really get to know the guys that are going, and what a difference that you make to them as a charity, giving them the opportunity to, a bit like this weekend, we're all getting our first aid qualifications before we go, and then pushing the limits in terms of what they're going to be doing. Tell us a bit about the vehicles, because we've just seen one coming in.
Yeah,
so that's a little Polaris, but that...
It is indeed, yeah, and I know this video is going to be ruined, and this will take 7,000, because it's going to turn up and drown out every form of decibel known to man. It is properly nippy.
So how many? We've got 4 of those going?
Yep, we've got 4 Polari.
Polari,
yeah. Herded together, they don't like me saying that. 4 Polarises,
yeah.
And they've super kindly, the Polaris team in the UK and Europe have, we spoke to them, they found out what we're doing and said we want to help, so they've given us 4 Polari in Polaris out in Morocco.
Yep.
And we're going to basically have this mixed combination to allow for maximum inclusivity of injuries, inclusivity of disability.
Yep.
So we've got motorbikes and Polarises, and the Polarises will be on, many of them will be on hand controls.
Yep.
We've got a lot of guys, as I said, in wheelchairs without the loose use of their legs, or not both their legs, missing a leg. And we've also got motorbikes as well. Yeah. So we've got 11 motorbikers, and in there you'll remember Graham with one arm. Still got the arm, but
so if you remember the Broughton Burrows video, he was the absolute hero that just went straight up the sand dune. I'll put a card above right now. Titch is leading them, right?
Yeah, Titch is leading the motorbikes.
Yeah.
You know, ex-operator, special forces, super great motocross rider and mobility champion, and runs his S-Bond workshops down in Poole. Yeah. So he's going to be leading that packet along with Grant, who's also a motorbiker, and Ben. And Colonel Ben will be also a mad motorbiker, and they'll be in 3 little packets with a bunch of guys with varying abilities. They're all going to be qualified and trained. They'll all learn different pieces about it, and now the video's about to be ruined.
Yeah, he's being very, very respectful. Look, here we go, look. Oh man, they look so badass. Now then, driving this at the moment is Grant from Future Terrain. How you getting on with it, mate?
It is absolutely awesome. It is the best toy in the world.
Have you seen the state of you? That was clean this morning.
And honestly, that is taking it easy.
Really?
Yeah.
It does look awesome. An awesome bit of kit. I mean, it's even got Apple CarPlay.
Exactly.
It's got a stereo and everything.
Laughably, it's even got Bluetooth telephone connectivity, but you can't hear a thing.
No. How was that, dude?
That was alright.
Yeah?
Yeah. A bit of a feel about how heavy the steering is, and how it's going to be with the steering ball on there.
Yeah.
Trying to work out the hand controls and get a bit more of a balance of the car and how it moves and twitches and things, and a lot better than I thought it would be.
Quick,
I knew it was going to be quick, and I knew it was going to be twitchy, but it is a lot more stable than it looks.
Really?
Yeah, a lot more.
Cool. Looking forward to driving that bad boy then.
Oh yeah.
Scary thing is, Charles. Charles is driving. That's scary.
Measured scary.
Eh?
Measured scary.
Measured scary. On a scale of 1 to 10, I reckon that's a good 9.
Plus? 9 plus. You'll be good. You'll be cool.
That'll be good. If he doesn't get lost, he's got a habit of getting lost, really.
Well, there you go. You know, at least you know what to expect, and we'll send out a search party. Have fun.
Here we go. Oh my God. This is about as close to a baby. Bring it on.
Right. Ready to move?
Yeah, let's do it. Moving. I can't swear on my channel, but if I'm, mate, that is unbelievable. Look, honestly, I've driven a lot of cars and been a passenger in a lot of cars. That thing, that is one of the most astonishing vehicles I've ever been in. And I cannot wait to share it with you now. That one actually, it's got a Polaris engine, but it's got a turbocharger. The ones we've got in Morocco aren't the turbocharged ones, so they're a little bit less power, but with us being in the desert and on sand and stuff, that will be okay. So as I alluded to, at the moment we've just got that one for two reasons it's here. One, for the guys that need hand controls. We're basically analysing the vehicle over this weekend to work out how we're going to do the hand controls. So that's one of the reasons why we've got it here. And two, just so we can all experience it. And not the whole exped isn't here, but at the moment it's only Grant and Charles that are insured to drive it, especially on this army training facility. So sadly I couldn't drive it. But the next time we're all together as a group, we're going to go to Bourton Burrows again, which is down in Devon, where we did the first. The first off-roading in the Dacia Dusters last year, and we've got a 2-day course where we're all going to basically get qualified to drive them, and then I'll be driving those when we're in Morocco. Honestly, what a thing! Oh my days! Now the other thing is I'm still trying to work out how I'm going to film. Just to give you some context, by the way, so there are actually 2 film crews going on the expedition. So one is a BBC crew going with Titch, because Titch McCormack, who's leading the bikes, ex-SBS, he is actually filming a TV show at the moment, and they're coming along to film as part of that. And then from the Invictus side of things, we've also got a film crew from Netflix coming, and then I've been invited as the social media person, which is just incredible, and I'm honoured to be there. I can't wait to meet everybody. I can't wait to bring you along and kind of get you behind the scenes. I'm still struggling to work out how I'm going to film. Clearly filming in the Polaris is going to be a real challenge. I'm going to need to do lots of research on the right cameras to use, microphones. My biggest worry is sand, because the sand is going to get everywhere, so I'm worried about damaging film kit. And what I'm going to try and do when we're on the expedition is upload films on a fairly regular basis. Whether I can do every day or not, I really don't know at the moment, because I don't know schedule and timings and those types of things, but I'm going to try and do as much as I can. So that's enough for today. Tomorrow we've got to carry on our first aid course, but I really want to get Titch on camera to talk about the bikes, because although I'm not able to go on the bikes because I'm not bike trained, and I, to be honest, haven't ridden a motorbike very much, Titch has, so he's going to talk about the bikes, and then it's really cool. But for now anyway, that's the last passenger ride going out. The sun's going down. We're going to head to the Naffy for a couple of beers. Anyway, I'll see you in the morning, guys. Stay tuned, because we need to talk about bikes. See you in the morning. Now then, morning guys. It is the next day. We've been busy at first aid, but we need to talk bikes, and in order to talk bikes, we need to get Titch back on the channel. Titch, how are you, bud?
I'm good, mate. I'm really good.
Excellent. Yeah. Now then, Titch is going to be leading the bike contingent.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
So, but also you're going to be doing some of the modifications to the Polaris behind us.
Indeed, yeah. We're going to be doing the steering modifications, so in order that all controls are being done off the steering wheel, so it can all be operated by hand. And it's going to be interesting. I've seen a lot of different designs, a lot of different ways of doing it. So I'm going to figure it all out, and we'll have it all set up for Jason when we get there. It's
all down to you, my friend.
I know, no pressure.
No pressure at all. But by the way, this isn't just a badly parked Polaris. We are doing some extrication drills. Is that the right word? Probably is.
I think it is, yeah.
Getting the guys, the wheelchair guys, they've got to be able to get in and out of this if it's rolled over or if it's on the side really quickly.
They've got 9 seconds. That is the timing for them to get them out.
9 seconds, that's quick for a fully able-bodied person.
Yeah, when you think you're all strapped in all the harnesses, that's all got to come off, and then even the guys with the wheelchairs have got to be able to get themselves out. Hence, we're also going to be putting on various grab handles, and I need to get where they want them so they can pull themselves out in 9 seconds.
So tell us about the bikes.
The bikes, we've got 10 guys who are running bikes out in country, and we're going to be using the bikes they've got out there, KTM 450s, very, very capable stuff. But of course we've got various people with disabilities.
Yeah.
We've certainly got Billy who's riding, who
Yeah,
we've
we
seen
know Billy.
before. Good old Billy.
Yeah.
He's going to be riding with his left hand only.
With his Velcro
Yeah.
what, recluse clutch.
Recluse clutch with his brake and throttle and throttle and clutch all on the left hand side,
Yeah.
velcroed onto the right as he does. And then we've got Grant, who is limbless, so he's missing a leg, and he doesn't have a brake. He has a brake actually up onto the left hand side as well, so he has clutch and brake all modded on there.
Yeah.
So there's various little mods, and the way we're going to do it is all these modifications we are going to take out and then fit up in
And then
country.
bot on, retrofit. It's going to be mega, isn't it?
It's going to be brilliant. I'm very looking forward to it, you know what I mean?
But then there's also, because you guys have been doing some filming for your TV
Yes.
show as well. So you've got a film crew following you around.
Yeah,
Mr.
the
Mr.
speed
Famous
shot.
S-bomb over here.
The speed shot that we did, and that was just initially the pilot. We actually landed the series, so we've now got 6 episodes.
Mate,
Yeah,
that is
chipped a
wicked.
bit.
Awesome.
Happy with that, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're
it's
following
really
you. So we'll have a proper film crew. None of this vlogging stuff with a camcorder.
good. Vlogging style. This is good. It's effective.
I know, man.
I like it. Yeah.
So there you go. So that's a little bit about the cars, the bikes. The next thing is, will you be at Bourton Burrows when we're doing the training with these?
Yes, we will. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll catch up with you then.
Yeah.
And I don't remember, but my friend Grant's in the car.
Right, did you hit anything?
I don't know. I don't remember. We were driving.
Right, what about you? Are you injured? No, you just sit here then.
Sit where it is for now.
Sit there, just relax.
So he's strapped in, he's on 4-point harnesses, so he's fine. You can hold that for me.
No, I just got out of the car.
Right, can you get some bottled water? We'll just give him a little sip of water. Yeah. Can you take your helmet off, mate?
Yeah, I can take it
What's
off.
your name?
How did you have it? What happened?
I don't know. Something happened.
Just have a look around. There might be some other injuries.
I don't know why I swerved, and I don't know
More
what happened.
access, you okay that side? You want to try and bring him up? Just check everything else. Okay.
We were driving. Oh yeah.
Slowly. I've got his head on the side. Yep.
Right. I'll take his.
Let's take the harness off for the minute if we can try and get him upright.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be another?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
another casualty.
Yeah.
Okay, Spence, can you go get me a bag, please?
They're just on the front corner there.
There's another casualty at the front.
Okay, who's up there at the minute?
That's right, we take you up there.
How many people were with you? Can you remember? How many people in the car?
I was driving the car, and I was trying to pull in, and I remember swerving, but I don't remember why. And it was just me and Grant, but I sort of swerved because someone was in the way.
Someone was in the way. That's the other casualty. Just the one person. Can you remember at all?
How's he doing in
Can we
there?
then start to look to do an extraction? Yeah. Extra bodies on hand if there's anybody else around, or anybody else to assist. I think we should come back.
Grant!
Try and get him away.
You need to get out of the way. Come on. Listen, mate, you need to calm down.
To one side.
You're just going to make things worse.
Bodies in down.
How's this guy doing around here? Do you need anything?
Sent off for an AD.
Okay.
Yeah.
We think.
Right, there is no pulse on this.
AED's on its way.
Cool, brilliant.
Okay, go for it then. Stu, let's get these on. Top on the side. Let's see what it says. Okay, let him go.
Analyzing heart rhythm. Do not touch the patient.
Stand clear.
I'm clear.
Shock advised. Charging. Stay clear of the patient.
Clear.
Deliver shock now. Press the orange button now. Shock delivered. Start CPR.
Good mate. Couple more goes.
So now then, that was really good. So we're in the middle of a classroom session, and in comes Charles saying that basically had been an accident. So we all rushed out here and started to apply the training that we've been learning over the last day and a half. So we ended up with 3 casualties actually. Charles came in and he ended up being a casualty, going down with shock and then actually going into cardiac arrest. So we had to CPR and defib him. Grant was stuck in the vehicle, so we secured the vehicle, then extricated him from the vehicle. He ended up having CPR and also a defib. And then we put him into the recovery position, and then poor old Annie at the front of the Range Rover, massive crush injury to the legs clearly, but again CPR and a defib. So we've just been practicing all the skills that we've been learning, but that's the best way to do it, because it not only, you know, in a theoretical environment in the classroom, you know, you can, I don't know, fill in a multi-choice test or something, but these types of simulations are the best way to put into practice what we've just learned. And at the end of the day, when we're in the desert later on in the year, something like this could happen, and these are skills that could save someone's life.
It's exactly the way that an A&E, you know, sort of works. So when somebody goes into A&E, there is a clinician who takes overall control of the situation. So he's got his anaesthetist and he's got his thoracic surgeon and everything else there, and he's just stood there at the back, normally at the head, and going, yeah, we need to do blood pressure. Nurse, you do this. And he's just taking that, he's stepped back from the situation, thinking about what he needs to do, or what she needs to do, and directing everything. And that's it, just having that one person that's overseeing everything, rather than, well, it worked well.
So as you'll have seen, after that exercise we had a little bit of a debrief with Sandy the instructor, and also Grant and Charles, just kind of making sure that we understood what went well in the exercise and what could have been done better. Always about constant learning. But we've now finished our first aid qualification training, so that's it, that's one badge ticked. We're tidying up, we're heading off home now. The guys are packing up the vehicles. Next stop for the Polaris is it's going to go off to Titch and S-Bomb workshop to basically get those modifications or adaptations needed for the wheelchair users. And then the next time we're all together as a group is at the end of August. We're heading off to Bourton Burrows again in Devon to basically get qualified for driving those things. So we'll be doing a range of training in the Polaris vehicles. We'll also have a look at all of the adaptations that we've got, and there's a few other bits of training that we need to do to get us ready for the expedition. And then the expedition is in the back end of September. So very, very exciting times. Now, I hope you've enjoyed coming behind the scenes. It's a big privilege for me to be part of this project. So make sure you kind of stay tuned to the channel. I'll put Future Terrain's details below. Check them out, give them a follow on social so you can kind of keep up with everything. Also with the Invictus Games Foundation, I'll put their links as well, because having those guys on board is going to be amazing. But for now, it's time to head off home. Superb weekend. Great to be with these guys, such an amazing charity, they do such amazing work. Stay tuned to the channel, plenty more to come. I want to bring you along on the journey, on our Moroccan adventure. But for now, it's time to head home. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed that one. If you have done so, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome, and if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol for plenty more content to come. And I'll see you on the next film. But you take care guys. Drive safe.